Hi, I'm Tristan. I'm 13 years old. I'm curious, I'm passionate, and I'm sure you are too. Join me on a quest to dig deep and find out new things. Welcome to Youth Voices. Good evening. Welcome to my program. This is your host, Tristan Pang on Planet FM 104.6. Youth Voices. Good to have your company on a Saturday evening. In today's show, we'll continue our chat with a successful entrepreneur, Toby Carr. So here we go. Let's talk. I met today's featured guest a few months ago. I retweeted a saying, "Show the world that age is just a number," end quote. It's very impressive, and I agree with him. People always tell me that I blow their minds, but this time I'll say to my featured guest, you really blew my mind. He is Toby Carr, and is probably the youngest CEO of a multi-million-dollar company in New Zealand, if not in the world. He set up his company when he was 14, and now, at 16 years of age, he is a nationally recognized teen entrepreneur, investor, and business leader. He is the Chief Executive Officer and founder of DexTech Limited, a technology company founded in 2013 in New Zealand. DexTech stands to be one of the fastest growing and largest youth-led corporations in Australasia. Toby is widely considered a leading authority in youth entrepreneurship, business, growth, and technology. Toby has extensive experiences and knowledge in all electronic products, especially the latest smart devices. In the last couple of years, he has matched his knowledge with developing, producing, and retailing this product. In more recent times, Toby has been involved in supplying some of the largest and most innovative companies throughout the United States, Malaysia, Australia, and New Zealand. 2014 proved a sensational successful year in business, with bigger things planned in 2015, including launching his international offices. In late 2014, Toby headed the launch of DexTech Pro Tech's parent company, DexTech Limited. Toby is known for his sheer drive, fierce business, and entrepreneurial nature. I'm very pleased to have him as my guest today. So now I have two signature questions. The first question is, can you tell us 3 people who have influenced you, so our young listeners can learn from them, and why?
Yep, definitely. So I'd have three kind of interesting. I've actually got 2 people in one company. And one would be Jimmy Wales. Many people don't know who Jimmy Wales is, which kind of speaks for the man himself. And he's the founder of the not-for-profit Wikipedia, which everyone knows. And it's simply because of his willingness and ability to create something to benefit the world without intentions for personal gain. And that's because if people do a little bit of research about Jimmy Wales, you'll find that he's not someone who's made billions of dollars off Wikipedia. He really hasn't made a whole lot of money off it. However, Wikipedia still is available to anyone and everyone to use, and it's something we use every day. So, that's something I really admire, is Jimmy Wales, and he's influenced me hugely for that respect. Another one who I really look up to is Shane Bradley. And Shane Bradley's the founder of GrabOne. GrabOne's a deal website in New Zealand. It's only a 5-year-old company, but it's a very big company. He's the founder of GrabOne, seller and finder amongst a whole lot of other companies. And his sheer drive and passion moving from business to business with complete enthusiasm really, really inspires me. And I'd really encourage any young people out there to go have a look at Shane Bradley or any of his companies, and you can really just see the difference, the Bradley difference effectively. And Xero is an accounting company, and it's really their just vast ability to innovate processes, and they don't care what other people think because they make amazing software, and they're making software well above their time. And with real positive earnings of profits. They're not making any money, but they're growing hugely to the international market, really making their software available to everyone. So, yeah, that's someone that I truly admire, just for the fact, again, of not particularly wanting to make profit, but rather make change kind of thing. So, yeah, those are my particular three.
So it's the founder of Wikipedia and Grab1 and also the company Xero.
Yes, definitely.
So now, my second signature question is, can you share with us something that you've heard or read that really inspired you?
Definitely, yes. Yes, I think books, specifically biographies, are very, very key areas of learning. I find biographies very interesting. And there's a quote that says, "If you're not careful, your talent will take you places that your character cannot keep you." And to be fair, this is something that I really believe in, and it's something that I see in business, I see in education, I see in sports, I see in everything. Is that people are born with talent. Some people aren't born with the degree of talent others are. However, those with talent, if they're not careful, they can't keep up with those that work hard. And as soon as you meet people, you can tell that they're sensational people. You can see they work hard. You can see all these things about them. But when you meet someone, you can't tell they're talented. So, that's something that really stood out to me, is that you've got to work hard to achieve what you want. And your talent won't get you there alone. So, yeah, that's something in particular. And another thing is, anything you do, you need to do it with morals and values. And there's a quote which fails me right at this moment. But it says something along the lines of, those who don't act in moral will lose everything they have anyway. And that's very true, is that you simply can't cheat your way to the top. You have to act in morals, not only for the moral value of it, but, simply, it doesn't work out otherwise. So, that's something with me, is that I like to know people acting in morals and values all the time.
I agree. That's very interesting. So, thank you, Toby, for coming onto my show today.
No worries. Thanks, Tristan.
It was an enjoyable interview with Toby. He's such a remarkable young person with great intelligence. He's not only aiming to build his own multi-million-dollar empire, but also contributing back to the society. He has donated some money to the New Zealand Association for Gifted Children's conference recently. He has great plans on both the spectrum of business and community service. Toby is really awesome. Please go to his website www.dextech.co.nz. That is www.dextech.co.nz. Let's explore. This is a TED Talk by Richard St. John on success.
Why do so many people reach success and then fail? Well, one of the big reasons is we think success is a one-way street. So we do everything that leads up to success, but then we get there, we figure we made it, we sit back in our comfort zone, and we actually stop doing everything that made us successful. And it doesn't take long to go downhill. And I can tell you this happens because it happened to me. Reaching success, I worked hard, I pushed myself, but then I stopped because I figured, I've made it. I can just sit back and relax. Reaching success, I always tried to improve and do good work, but then I stopped because I figured, hey, I'm good enough. I don't need to improve anymore. Reaching success, I always was pretty good at coming up with good ideas because I did all these simple things that lead to ideas. But then I stopped because I figured I was this hotshot guy and I shouldn't have to work at ideas. They should just come like magic. And the only thing that came was creative block. I couldn't come up with any ideas. Reaching success, I always focused on clients and projects and ignored the money. But then all this money started pouring in, and I got distracted by it. And suddenly I was on the phone to my stockbroker and my real estate agent when I should have been talking to my clients. And reaching success, I always did what I loved. But then I got into stuff I didn't love, like management. I'm the world's worst manager, but I figured I should be doing it because I was, after all, the president of the company. Well, soon a black cloud formed over my head, and here I was, outwardly very successful, but inwardly very depressed. But I'm a guy. I knew how to fix it. I bought a fast car. It didn't help. I was faster, but just as depressed. So I went to my doctor. I said, Doc, I can buy anything I want, but I'm not happy. I'm depressed. It's true what they say, and I didn't believe it until it happened to me, but money can't buy happiness. He said, no, but it can buy Prozac. And he put me on antidepressants. And yeah, the black cloud faded a little bit, but so did all the work. Because I was just floating along. I couldn't care less if clients ever called. And clients didn't call. Because they could see I was no longer serving them, I was only serving myself. So they took their money and their projects to others who would serve them better. Well, didn't take long for business to drop like a rock. My partner and I, Tom, we had to let all our employees go. It was down to just the two of us, and we were about to go under. And that was great, because with no employees, there was nobody for me to manage. So I went back to doing the projects I loved. I had fun again, I worked harder, and to cut a long story short, did all the things that took me back up to success, but it wasn't a quick trip. It took 7 years. But in the end, business grew bigger than ever. And when I went back to following these 8 principles, the black cloud over my head disappeared altogether. And I woke up one day and I said, I don't need Prozac anymore. And I threw it away and haven't needed it since. I learned that success isn't a one-way street. It doesn't look like this. It really looks more like this. It's a continuous journey. And if we want to avoid success to failure syndrome, we just keep following these 8 principles, because that's not only how we achieve success, it's how we sustain it. So here's to your continued success. Thank you very much.
Starting from the end of the month, Youth Voices will change from a weekly to a monthly show, as I'm busy with other commitments such as my university studies. The last Saturday show will be on the 29th of August at 5:20 p.m. Next month, on the 2nd of September, Youth Voices will be on the first Wednesday of each month at 2:10 p.m. We thank you, Toby, for the interview on my show today. If you missed the last part or want to listen to my other shows, please go to my website, www.questisfun.org.nz/youthvoices. That is www.quest-is-fun.org.nz/youthvoices. So for today, that's it from me, Tristan Pang. Thank you for listening. I welcome your feedback and your support of the program. Please write to me on Facebook or email me to youthvoicesnz@gmail.com. Don't forget to like Youth Voices with Tristan Pang on Facebook. Good night, world. Join me again next Saturday at 5:20 p.m. to dig deeper, or listen anytime online at planetaudio.org.nz/youthvoices. Youth Voices.